Hello and thanks for joining me. Well, this is going to be a follow-up video on this cutoff tool I made, but it's also going to have some other cool stuff in it. You remember that video I did expanding the capabilities of your metal lathe? I was making a go-kart axle and it wouldn't fit through the bore on my lathe, so I had a big steady rest out here and a wood block supporting it. Anyway, check this out. These guys were having a blast. That's pretty cool, huh? It's nice to see somebody enjoy something I fixed like that. Anyway, let's get on to this cutoff tool. I'll show you what I found. Okay, in the last video I got a lot of comments asking what feed and speed I was using. In the last video I was using about 800 RPM on the chuck, and my feed rate has been pretty consistent, about 1,000th per revolution. I don't really know how to read my quick change chart for feed rates. There's a formula on there that doesn't make any sense. But I put a dial indicator on it and it's 1,000ths per revolution going in. You can do it in back gear. My back gear in the highest speed is 180, and that's probably an ideal speed because it doesn't sling so darn much oil. But if you're in a hurry, 800 seems to work good. Now that's for 1-inch stock. If you go larger in diameter, you need to slow it down, probably in back gear. Let's look at the setup a little bit. For setting this up, I usually run the blade up to the side of the chuck like that and just look down on it and make sure my blade is parallel to the face of the chuck. And as far as the compound goes, on past videos I've said to set it at a right angle or going in this way, straight in. And that probably is ideal, but this video, whatever the compound set at will probably work. I like to run it like this because if I'm cutting off like washers or spacers or whatever, I can use my cross slide to go in 10,000ths or 20,000ths or 100,000ths, whatever I need to do accurately. But let's cut one off in back gear, and I'll show you what I mean. Now when it first starts, this is something kind of unique to this cutoff tool. It chatters. And it doesn't hurt anything. It's kind of weird. What it is where the tool first starts hitting the stock. Once that tool compresses, hear it chattering? There you go, goes away. At higher speed, you'll hear more of that. These little bottles are real nice. One of my viewers sent that to me. Thanks. Works really good. You can get the oil where you need it. But as you can see, there's not much oil slinging going on. And I like that. Notice how when I put oil on it, the chips start rolling up again. Oil's pretty important. Here's about the flow rate I'm using. You can actually increase the feed rate. It's taking quite a while. That's one thing I like about this blade. It ejects the chips really well. The top of the blade is concave like that, and the chips are always narrower than the cut. This is something I want you to pay close attention to. Okay, right there, see that little nub? It doesn't always stay on this side, but I like it when it does. There's just a tiny little nub left on the end there. Overall, a really good finish. I don't worry too much about that. There are people that cut the blade off at an angle, but I've found when I do that the blade wanders in the cut, and I would just soon have a straight cut. The other thing that I did right here, I put that screw on there. Let me show you on the other side what that does. What that screw does is it limits the movement of that spring. So this can float, the blade can float when it's cutting, but when it gets right down to the center, instead of the blade trying to go under the stock, it hits that bolt right there and it won't allow it to go under the stock. Before I put that screw in, that little nub in the middle of the stock was maybe a 1/16 of an inch. Now it never goes under the blade, it just breaks off. So that was one improvement that I really think is a good additional improvement. It just stops how far that blade can come back. Okay, let's take a look at what it does at 800, same feed rate, but 800 RPM. You'll see what I mean about making noise. Once the blade compresses, it's done making noise. When you cut off this fast, though, you really got to keep oil after it, and it slings everywhere. I'd rather do it slow. It's considerably faster, though. Now, before I put that little set screw in there, it would go under, the blade would try to go under that. Okay, let's double the feed rate. See what it does. Left a little nub, not bad though. But I'd prefer to cut off a little slower just because of the mess it makes. Interesting chips. I think that's a good sign, actually. It's cutting off good. All right, next Friday, February 18th, I'll be giving this tool away. It comes complete with a blade, and it's mounted to an AXA tool holder. If you got a larger or smaller tool holder, maybe you can adapt it. Hopefully you got an AXA, you can just slap it on there and give it a try. It's already got the limiter, the flex limiter installed, but I think you'll like it. If you haven't already entered, be sure and do it. I'll put the email address in the description below the video, and send me an email with "I like it" in the subject field. Anyway, that about wraps it up. Thanks for joining me, and be sure and subscribe and ring the bell.